Hey, what's up everybody? Tony Rvitia, Rvitia RV Rentals. Wanted to create a quick video for you on how I do my final walkthroughs and inspections before I send the RVs out, because there's so much and there's so many moving parts. It depends. I got the big Class A, which has about 4 billion moving parts, and the Class C, which doesn't have as many, but stuff always goes wrong. So you obviously want, it's a business, so you want to try to make things as smooth as possible for your guests, but you also got to watch out for the business end, because I see a lot of people like on the Outdoorsy and RV Share Facebook groups, and they ask a lot of crazy questions, in my opinion, like, you know, should I charge people for cleaning, or I tell the people to clean it and then they just bring it back, and then the one lady's like, I do that, and they do clean it, but they don't mop it and do, and then the lady said, oh, I just spot clean some of the areas, I don't mop it every time. And you know, I think we should try to hold ourselves to a higher standard, and adding a cleaning fee is gonna do wonders for you and your business anyways, because then you don't have to do the cleaning. Find somebody who can clean the RV professionally, or you know, that is a housekeeper that does it for a living, that can, I mean, it's like a hotel room. Would you want to stay in a hotel room where they just kind of, you know, swept the floor after the last guest, or you know, just kind of cleaned up the kitchen a little bit? And I mean, so you probably wouldn't want to do that, and so your RV guests, you know, don't want to do that as well. That's why I try to hire maids that worked at hotels or work for hotel franchises, something like that, and get them to, you know, really do the cleaning and do deep cleaning. And I would charge it in your ad somewhere $100 to $200. You can find, I mean, depending upon how big your RV or travel trailer is, you could probably find somebody for less on, you know, Thumbtack or Craigslist, or, you know, Craigslist probably be your best, or Facebook Marketplace. And I would find somebody to do the cleaning for you, because say you only charge like $140 a night and they only rent 3 nights. Well, that's 280, that's $420. By the time RV Share takes their cut, that's $300. Then, you know, you got an hour or two to drop it off, you got an hour or two to pick it up, so there's 4 hours right there. Then if you clean it another hour, that's 6 hours, or what, 5 hours, and then if you wash the outside, that's another hour. It takes, you know, I got a guy, my guy washes the outside, and I got a maid that cleans the inside. We do every time the outside gets washed, every time the inside gets washed, so it's as close to as brand new as possible. We try to fix everything as immediately as possible, so if anything breaks, I use a mobile mechanic. And then what happens, I bought an extended warranty. Shoot, I can't think of their name right now, but they are awesome. And so I have the mobile mechanic come out and fix it right away. And then what he does is then he submits it to the warranty company. And then when the warranty company reimburses him, then he writes me a check. So it works amazing. I wish I would have learned that the first year, because trying to get into, I don't know how your dealership works, but my dealership, it takes 2 months to get a friggin' appointment, and then it's there for like another 3 weeks, which is not possible, you know, during the RV rental season. So I would try to find a good mobile mechanic who does warranty work if you have one, and then if you have an extended warranty, I would use that as well, because you want to just pay the cash and then know that the warranty will cover it, but you have to cover it anyway, so you might as well get it done fast. So find a licensed mobile mechanic that can do that for you. I'm sure there's always one in your area. Trying to get out of the sun here. And then yeah, so do that. I would charge a cleaning fee. I know people on there are like, well, I don't want to charge a cleaning fee, it seems too much, or you don't want to charge people that much. You want to try to filter out guests as much as possible, and one of the best filters I find is charging a higher amount, because you'll get it rented. Even if you charge $100, I charge like a $250 cleaning fee, because I mean, that's how much I end up paying between the outside, the inside, and between RV Share and Outdoorsy's 20% commission. You know, you got to cover all those costs, or else you're not doing it for nothing. Because say you only made $390 on that rental, well, but it took you 6 hours of your time, and then you have the cost of the RV. You're not making any profit. You're just making a little cash to kind of you know, cover some of the costs, but you're not actually making any money. So that's why I would charge the cleaning fee. I would have somebody else do the cleaning for you. You can schedule them very easy, especially if you have a job and you're trying to do this. I would definitely hire cleaning people for inside and outside. Try to strike as best a deal as you can. For like $60 to $80 on the outside. The cheapest I could find on the big one was like $100 plus tips, so say $110, $120. So that's why I have to charge that. And it takes my maids to do it professionally with the towels folded nice, the everything. It takes them, I pay them like $150 to do the big one, and it takes them about 4 hours to clean everything like a hotel. It takes 2 of them 4 hours. So, you know, that adds up. So you can't incorporate that in every rental, because you also got the cost, you got the tires, there's so many different costs involved, and sometimes it looks like a lot of money, but it ends up your profit, which is the main reason you're doing this, is pretty small, like 10-15%. So you want to make sure and charge for everything, or else you're doing a lot of this for nothing. I see so many people on there, you know, and then everybody's going to ask for a not everybody, but it seems like most people want a discount, or most people, they'll break stuff and they don't want to pay for it. They fight you every time that they have a charge, and it's not every time, but it's fair enough where it happens, where I got a guy disputing that he didn't dump the tank, and he wrote on there, and my guy was showing him, look, it's full, and he wouldn't even go over there and look at it. He just wrote on the thing, I will not pay to dump the tank. And my guy's like, well, come here, see, you didn't do it. And the guy's like, no. So you know, you're gonna have to fight some of these, and you know, 60-70% of people, probably 70% of people are fine, but you get 30-40% of people that can be very difficult, and they don't want to pay for anything. And they're so used to dealing with companies like Amazon, McDonald's, all these huge companies where if they complain, they get something for free. Grocery stores, they're so used to complaining and getting something comped or removed or discounted. It's just in the, unfortunately, it's in our society now. So many people do that. So what I would do, make sure everything's as top notch as you can get it. And then make sure you have everything in the paperwork. I even have a whole page that says you will not get a discount. You will not get any refunds for things that happen, because 95% of the time, it's something that they did. It's something they're doing wrong. It's something that they're doing. In 3 years, I've only had maybe 1 or 2 things happen that wasn't the renter's fault. Maybe a couple more, but it's a high percentage of something that they were doing that's wrong, okay? And then, so when I do my final inspection, one big thing to remember is to plug in the RV if you can, about you know, 4 to 8 hours or the night before. Plug it in if you have. And then I got a plug in at my house. If you don't have one, I hired an electrician, and I think I got it put in for like $400, and it has been a lifesaver. It makes things so much easier when you can just plug in the 50 amp volt thing, and then the small one has a 30 amp, but you can just get an adapter that goes 30 to 50, and it works just the same. It's like a $15 adapter. So you have it for both of them. But I would highly recommend, if you have yours parked at the house and you clean it and do all that, just spend the $300-400 so you can have it plugged into your house. And then you can even fake camp one night and do it in your driveway, which I'm gonna do, so I can actually use the RVs. I'm just so afraid of my family breaking everything in it and putting my dogs in it. I won't let my family use it because that's the money maker. But when you have 2 giant Japanese Akitas and 6-year-old twins who color on stuff and want to paint everything and, you know, destroy everything, and then me, the worst, I mean, I break everything. So I'm still scared to use my RV because I want it to be perfect for my guests. But anyways, I would get a plug-in at your house if you can, $300 to $500 probably, maybe more. Don't let them rip you off, but that's how much I got that one for it. I'm sure there's plenty of out-of-work electricians right now during the coronavirus. So make sure your fridge is plugged in, so when you get to the place or they come pick it up, it's already cold, because people complain about that a lot because they take so long to cool down. Make sure even after my maids go through it, I re-walk through it, because inevitably they always miss something. And you know, if you want to do a hotel clean, you got to make sure every little thing's done, because people will notice every little thing. And of course they, you know, and then nothing's ever their fault. So anything that does happen is your fault. So if you make it as pristine as possible, you know, fold the towels. Let me see if maybe I can pop in here real quick and do my inspection. But I have them fold the towels like a hotel, which most you know, housekeepers or whatever that work in hotels, they know how to make the animals and, you know, do cool stuff with the tissues and whatnot. And then I make sure they clean everywhere, even underneath these things, clean in the window seals, clean the stoves, all the drawers. We make sure we got all the spices in there. I make sure I use all white linens, like the hotels. They're just easier to clean and they're easier to see stuff. And you know, so we do it all white like a hotel. We use duvet covers and definitely use mattress protectors. You know, God forbid there's any accidents. It's a lot easier to replace the mattress protector than, you know, than having to clean the mattress all the time. And then I have them shampoo these things like once a month. So that gets done quite regularly. And then if there's obviously any visible stuff, you know, I have them do it more frequently. I include like coat hangers for them to hang stuff and a laundry bag that I bought at the dollar store for like $1, but buy a few of them if you do that, because for some reason people seem to ruin them or whatever. And then I called this place and I got a deal with soaps. So like I got these, like the same soaps that they use in Marriott's and those type of hotels. I got those from a place. I think I bought a big box, like $200 or $300 worth, and I've been using it for 3 seasons. And 3 seasons for 2 RVs for, you know, multiple rentals. And then I just try to go through, make sure all the blinds work, make sure and check everything's fastened correctly, double check everything, because it seems like always something breaking, always something. Check the freezer, make sure it's working, make sure it's getting cold. You know, the microwave, that doesn't smell that great, but we'll have to do something about that and get some sweat. And then I include a gift basket, you know, of a assortment of different things. But then you got to watch your maids too. Like they just kind of throw things in here, even though I told them to, you know, make it look nice. So, you know, I got to go back and check over the maids. Make sure they're doing the right thing. Make sure the air is ready to go on. Make sure the extra blankets and pillows are in here and stacked up right. And then here's the thing too, is like, you know, clean people stuff, they just, I mean, it looks nice, but it's spread out, and you know, people want as much room as possible for their stuff. So I usually like them to put that all right in this one section. But anyways, so, and then just go through, make sure everything's working correctly. The DVD player, I include some a DVD thing with about 5 or 10 DVDs that they can watch. And then I include an Amazon Fire Stick. They're like $30. Plug it in and it hooks to your wireless signal. And I got a hotspot for the RV. It's like $40 a month, but it really makes your listing stand out and pop, you know, because everybody wants a wireless signal. Now I had one Sprint where you plug it into the vehicle and the guy's like, oh yeah, it works anytime. But I found out it doesn't work when they're not driving. So it kind of, I was like, oh, that's great. So yeah, so I guess I didn't read the instructions too well. So I just upgraded to this other hotspot. It's through Sprint or T-Mobile now. And I think it's like $40. I just keep it up at the front and with the charger. And then that way they have the signal holds 10 devices. And then you can say in your ad, you have wireless signal. It's totally worth the $40 a month. And then you can even just pack it in your price. You could even add it to your price. You know, you're paying $10 for the trip for our internet, or $20, or just include it in there as part of your costs, because obviously you'd be able to write that all off each year. So that's it for my final inspection day. I put waters in the fridge for them. You know, basket. I just try to make sure we already cleaned the awnings, make sure the awnings checked. Try to make sure everything works ahead of time, because the worst part of these renting is dealing with the customer calls, because they will call anytime. They expect a call right back immediately. They and they expect you to be a big corporation. So as much as I love renting out the RVs, the customers is the best and the worst part. So here just some tips on maybe some things that might help you guys. All right, put in the comments if you want me to go over anything else. And all right, take care. God bless.